My name is Madam Jennifer from Educare TZ. Welcome my lovely Form 1 students in our biology subject, and we are currently proceeding with our lecture series in our lovely topic known as viruses, Kingdom Monera and Kingdom Protoctista. My lovely Form 1 students have already covered in our first and second subtopic, which was viruses, as well as Kingdom Monera, and we are proceeding with our third subtopic, which is Kingdom Protoctista, and we have already covered on the two phylum which are of Kingdom Protoctista, which is phylum Rhizopoda as well as phylum Euglenophyta. Now let us proceed with the remaining phylum in this Kingdom Protoctista. So our today's subtopic is Kingdom Protoctista, and we are proceeding with the other three phyla of the Kingdom Protoctista. In our today's session, we look on the third phylum, which is phylum Apicomplexa. The Apicomplexa, these are organisms found in this phylum, are unicellular and parasitic. Unicellular organism, these are organisms or a single-celled organism which lack a single-celled organism, meaning that they are made up of single cell, or they are parasitic, meaning that they are parasite or they depend on other organisms so as to survive. Also, when they are depending on other organism, meaning that they affect the host cell. Now, for example of this are Plasmodium species which can cause malaria in human. Mfano mzuri ni Plasmodium, moja ya example of the organism which is found in the Kingdom Apicomplexa ambaye anasababisha malaria to human being. Now let us see what are the characteristics of the Kingdom Apicomplexa. Example, Plasmodium. So what are those the characteristics au wana sifa gani this organism? First of all, they are unicellular, meaning that they are made up of single cell. Also, they are parasite with the complex life cycle involving host and the vector. Vile ni parasite, meaning that they cause disease to a particular host cell, like infections. Na vile they have complete life cycle, meaning that wanakuwa na almost more than 2 life cycle. Wanakuwa na depend on either 2 or 3 host cell kwa ajili ya kuweza ku complete their life cycle. The first one, kwa mfano kwa Plasmodium, anakuwa na host anategemea aweze kuishi kwa binadamu. Vile anategemea aweze kuishi kwa vector, ambaye vector ni female Anopheles, ambaye ndiye anakuwa carrier of that Plasmodium protozoa, ambaye anaenda kupelekea ugonjwa wa malaria pale anapokuwa ana infect different cell in the body of the living things or the body of human being. Also, they reproduce sexually in the host, sexually by multiple fission in the vector and host. Vile wanaweza kuweza kureproduce sexual, meaning type of production which depends on the fusions of the gametes, male and female gametes. When they are in the host, wanapokuwa katika mwili wa host. Example, the human being is the host for Plasmodium. Also, they reproduce asexually by multiple fission in the vectors. Vectors ni carrier organism yule ambaye anamcarry Plasmodium. Kwa mfano kwa Plasmodium tuna female Anopheles mosquito ambaye ndio carrier wa Plasmodium. Kwa vile this Plasmodium wakiwa katika host cell ambao ni female Anopheles mosquitoes, they reproduce asexually by multiple fission. Vile when they in the host cell, example katika liver of the human being, they undergo this type of asexual reproduction, it is multiple fission. Also, they are eukaryotic cell. The eukaryotic cell meaning that they are membrane nuclear, so means that they have 2 nucleus. Also, when Plasmodium enter a body, they attack the red blood cell and the liver cell. So when this Plasmodium wanapokuwa attack the body of the human being, si binadamu, the first one wanakuwa wana attack the liver cell. Baada ya hapo, after the bursting, wanaenda katika ku attack the red blood cell. The red blood cell afina circulate throughout the body na kuweza ku transfer katika sehemu mbalimbali, inaweza kwenda katika ubongo, unashangaa mtu kapata kichaa cha malaria and so others. Now, what are the effects of Plasmodium species? Plasmodium species are those species which cause the malaria disease to human beings. So what are the effects? Now, Plasmodium species causes malaria. Malaria can lead to inflammation and rupture of the spleen, and miscarriage also can cause anemia and severe malaria lead to death. Kwa Plasmodium anasababisha malaria. Malaria inaweza kapelekea either inflammation au the rupturing of the spleen, ambayo ni very important organ in the body of the human being. Vile vile inaweza pelekea miscarriage, mimba kutoka kwa wale mama wajawazito, na vile vile inaweza kapelekea anemia. Kwa nini inapelekea anemia? Kwa sababu wanakuwa wana attack the red blood cell. Kwa hivyo inapelekea ule uwezo wa damu kuweza kuganda inakuwa ni mdogo. Inapelekea rupturing of the red blood cell, the rupturing of the spleen, ambayo inaweza kapelekea excessive bleeding, inapelekea mtu kuweza kupoteza damu, na at the end of the day inaweza kapelekea mtu kuweza kupoteza maisha. So the malaria, this Plasmodium species are very dangerous parasite to human being. Now that was all about the phylum Apicomplexa, which was represented by the Plasmodium species. Now let us look on the second or fourth phyla of the kingdom Protoctista, which is phylum Coleophora. The phylum Coleophora includes different organisms. The organisms found in this phylum are unicellular and are found in aquatic habitat. So the organisms which are found in Coleophora are aquatic. Also, they are unicellular organisms. Unicellular, I've already said, that means the organisms which are made up of single cell. Example, bacteria, virus, and this. Now, for example of the Coleophora is Paramecium. This example of the Paramecium. When you see the Paramecium, it has a small hair-like structure. These are known as cilia. These small hairs inasaidia attachment to the host cell. Vile vile wana pellicle. Pellicle hapa kwa ajili ya protection, vile vile kwa ajili ya ku maintain the shape. Also they have the food vacuole kwa ajili ya food storage. Also they have this nuclear ina contain DNA or RNA. Also they have the anal pore kwa ajili ya excretion. Vile vile wanakuwa na oral growth. This one kwa ajili ya taking of food or for feeding. Now, what are the characteristics of the Paramecium species? First of all, the Paramecium species, they are unicellular and have slipper-shaped. They are unicellular, they are single-celled, also they have slipper-shaped. As you see here, this is a slippery-shaped organism. Also, they are heterotrophic, meaning that they are not autotrophic. Hawana uwezo kuweza kujitengenezea chakula chao. Heterotrophic meaning that they depend on other organism to survive. They depend on other organism as a source of food. Also, the body is covered with the short hairy structure called cilia. Vile vile in their body they short hairy structure which are known as cilia. Cilia used for movement, also to create feeding currents. Kwa cilia inasaidia sana katika movement either from one place to another, vile vile katika feeding current. Also, the body of Paramecium is covered with the pellicle. The pellicle which is used for protection, also to maintain the shape of the Paramecium. Also, they have oral growth through which irrigation take place. Wana oral growth ambapo ndo wanatumia kwa ajili ya irrigation. Irrigation meaning that is the process of taking in food into the mouth. Kitendo cha kuchota kwa mdomoni au kuingiza tumboni au mwilini inaitwa irrigation. Also, have food vacuole which are formed to hold and digest food particles. Vile vile anakuwa na food vacuole kwa ajili ya kuhold chakula na vile vile kwa ajili ya digestion. Digestion meaning the process of breaking down complex food substance into smallest particles so as to be easily assimilated. Also, Paramecium species feed on bacteria and other microorganisms. Vile vile this species wana tabia kuweza kufeed on other bacteria and other organisms. That's why tumesema kwamba they are heterotrophic. Also, they have anal pore which are used for elimination of digested food. They have anal pore. Maana yake ni kwamba this anal pore inatumika kwa ajili ya egation or the release of unwanted material from the body or unwanted byproduct or excretory product ambazo they are no longer needed in the metabolism process in the body. Also, Paramecium species can reproduce either asexually or sexually depending on their environmental condition. Vile vile this paramecium unaweza kuweza kwa reproduce either sexually or asexually kulingana na mazingira na environmental condition. Kwa mfano, when the environment is full of plenty food, they tend to undergo sexual reproduction. But when the environment is very dry, there is no food, they tend to undergo asexual reproduction. So the reproduction depend on the environmental condition, depending on the available food resources which are present. Now, what are the advantages of paramecium species? The paramecium species play important role in the environment as they help to clean up small particles of debris in water as well as feeding on small animals. The paramecium are heterotroph, meaning that they tend to feed on other bacteria and other microorganisms which might be infectious to other living things. So this is one of the advantages. Also, they are important in the recycling of the unwanted material, unwanted debris. Hivyo wako wanasaidia katika cleaning of the environment. Now, what are the disadvantages of the paramecium species? Some Pseudophora, example Balantardium coli. This Balantardium coli is one of the is found in the anapatikana kwa nguruwe. This Balantardium coli ambaye in case if it will be digested by human being inaweza ikapelekea ugonjwa, na huo ugonjwa unaitwa balantardiasis. So Pseudophora species example Balantardium coli cause disease. They invade and destroy the lining of the intestine, causing disease called balantardiasis. So balantardiasis is the disease which is caused by the ingestion of this Balantardium coli, mostly found in those pigs. In case if you eat the uncooked pig or not well cooked, in case kama kila pig ambaye ajiva vizuri, they normally found in this pig, na hivyo unaweza ka suffer from this balantardiasis. Also, paramecium species feed on bacteria which decompose sewage. Also, they are heterotroph, meaning that they feed on this bacteria ambao nasaidia katika decomposition. Kwa inapelekea the delay of the decomposition of the sewage. There are some bacteria which are saprophyte. So this paramecium species, they depend to feed on this saprophytic bacteria. Kwa hiyo inapelekea that process of the recycling or decomposition of the unwanted material ikawa inafanya inafeli. Kwa hiyo inaweza kapelekea the environmental pollution. That was all about the phylum Pseudophora. Now let's look on the last phylum of the kingdom Protoctista, which is phylum Zomastignia. So the organisms found in this phylum are unicellular flagellated protozoa. So organisms wanapatikana katika hii phylum, meaning that they are unicellular, they are made up of single cell. Also they are flagella for the movement, so they are mobile protozoa. Also, generally they be found in bloodstream or in the heart. These trypanozoa are example of the organism found in this phylum of Zomastignia. They prefer to live in the bloodstream na vile vile katika heart. And the example is this trypanosoma species. And this is the structure of the trypanosoma species. Here there is a kinetoplast. Kinetoplast, this contains the nucleic acid DNA, which is usually injected into the body of the host kwa ajili ya kusababisha ugonjwa fulani. Also, they have this food granules kwa ajili ya food storage. They have pellicle kwa ajili ya protection against the host enzyme. Also, they have this flagella kwa ajili ya movement. They are flagellated. They have this undulating membrane kwa ajili ya maintain the shape na vile vile kwa ajili ya movement. Also, they have this nuclear, ambayo within the nuclear also there is DNA, ambao vile vile kuna control of other metabolic activity. This trypanosoma species vile vile wana affect the human being. Now, what are the characteristics of the trypanosoma species? The first one, they are unicellular, they are slender, elongated, and dorsoventrally flattened in shape. As you see this shape, it is slenderly, dorsoventrally shaped shape. So this is one of the characteristics of this trypanosoma species. Also, they are heterotrophic, meaning that they depend on the host to complete their life cycle, and they get their food by absorbing the nutrient from the blood. Kwa wanapata as a means of the nutrient kwao. Kwa wanakuwa wana depend on suckling of the blood from the host cell kwa ajili ya chakula chao. Also, they are parasite in wild animals, domesticated animals as well as human being. Vile vile ni parasite kwa wanyama wanaofugwa, vile vile kwa binadamu. Also have means of mitochondrial DNA located near the mitochondria in the structure called kinetoplast. So within the kinetoplast where there is mitochondrial DNA ambao kwa ajili ya energy production, as the mitochondria is part of the cell because it's where the respiration process do take place ambayo inapelekea the release or the production of the energy. Also the body is covered with thin elastic and permeable pellicle. So this pellicle ni kwa ajili ya protection na vile vile kuweza maintain the shape of the trypanosoma. Also, most reproduce asexually by binary fission inside the host cell. So inside the host cell, they tend to reproduce asexually by binary fission. Binary fission meaning that they divide equally into two equal halves, in which each half is capable of growing into another trypanosoma species. Now, what are the disadvantages of the trypanosoma species? First off, trypanosoma brucei is the consecutive agent of the disease called trypanosomiasis or sleeping sickness, ugonjwa wa malale. Kwa trypanosoma ni moja ya bakteria au moja ya protozoa ambaye anapelekea ugonjwa wa malale. Tumesikia sana cases za sana katika Africa, West Africa, Sudan. Most of people are suffering from this disease, which is sleeping sickness. It causes this kind of the trypanosoma species, which is trypanosoma brucei, ambaye anakuwa feed, mostly it depend sana napenda sana kusuck up the blood, inapelekea lymph node kuweza kuvimba, inapelekea na vile vile na vifo. So this is one of the disadvantage of this trypanosoma brucei ambayo inapelekea this sleeping sickness. This is for human being. Also to other wild and domesticated animals, vile vile there are different kind of trypanosoma species we tend to affect them. Also, it can be transmitted through the bite of vector called tsetse fly or through blood contact of an infected individual. So this disease, it can be transmitted into two ways. First one, by using the vector. Ambao vectors or carrier of this trypanosoma species ni tsetse fly, mbungo. Kwa huyu hapa ndiye anakuwa ni carrier or the vector kwa ajili ya trypanosoma species ambayo inaenda kusababisha ugonjwa. So in case if you have been bited by this tsetse fly which is been infected by trypanosoma, meaning that when it will inject penda pakwenda kusuck up the blood kwa ajili ya feeding, the same time ata release wale trypanosoma species ambao anaenda kuspread mostly katika bloodstream au katika heart kwa ajili ya blood sucking, na vile vile inaweza kupelekea infection. Also it can be transmitted in case if there is blood contact between with an infected person, inaweza kupelekea mtu kuweza kupata ugonjwa wa malale. Now my lovely students, up to now that mark the end of our lab talk on viruses kingdom Monera as well as kingdom Protoctista. I hope now you have enjoyed and you have understand different group of bacteria, different group of viruses. You have seen on how they are transmitted, on their characteristics, on their advantage and disadvantages. Now before I sum up my session, now you have to take a look on this task so as to improve your competence and understanding in this particular topic. The first question states that list two features showing that Paramecian species belong to the kingdom Protoctista. List two features showing that Paramecian species belong to kingdom Protoctista. The second question, distinguish between Apicomplexa and other Protoctista. Distinguish between Apicomplexa and other Protoctista. The one, the last question, using well-labeled diagram, describe the characteristics of trypanosoma species. My lovely students, Form 1, you are mostly welcome for following other coming topic in this Educare Media, and I would like to wish you a nice moment. Bye-bye.